A wise man once said to leave the world a little better than you found it, because at the end of the day, it's not about what you have accomplished, it's about what you have given back. So today, we're going to show you random acts of kindness that'll make you cry. A woman battling cancer was already emotional while her loving boyfriend shaved her head, but she had no idea he would take the clippers to his own hair as well. A mother whose son tragically passed away at 7 months old decided to donate his organs to save someone else's life. Watch the emotional moment when she hears his heartbeat for the first time inside the 4-year-old transplant recipient. Mia was diagnosed with sepsis and had to amputate both her arms and legs, and after several years she was finally given a special set of prosthetic running blades. While everyone thought she would only be able to walk a few steps at the first fitting, she surprised everyone by happily running around on her new legs with a smile on her face. When a mother lost her ability to walk after being diagnosed with ALS, she was still able to share a special wedding dance with her son, a moment she dreamed of during her most challenging days battling the fatal disease, finally coming true.
Are you lost? It's okay, come with me, come with me.
When a little boy was found lost by the side of the street on a cold day, this kind man took care of the terrified child and helped him find his mommy.
Take care of you, alright? Alright, youngin? Okay. Want Pop-Tart?
IHOP employee uses sign language to give her deaf customer the best ASL customer service possible. And here is yet another example of phenomenal customer service, as a Chick-fil-A cashier shares a special moment with a deaf customer, who for the first time was able to order on her own. A beloved custodian from the Ukraine was met with a beautiful surprise when the elementary school students stayed late one night to decorate the hallways with sunflowers and messages of support.
Good morning, honey. Thank you, thank you.
And these wonderful Polish volunteers were seen working hard to make the Ukrainian kids happier while crossing the border. A beautiful moment showcasing the importance of helping others in need. Farmers have a great importance in our society, and they work hard regardless of the climate to provide us with food, so the least thing we can do is give back, just like these guys handing a beer to a farmer. It is said when you leave this world, plane crashed into a lagoon, all the passengers were in immediate danger, but luckily all the local fishermen came together and responded quickly to the scene. Thanks to these heroes, all 47 passengers and crew survived.
Come on in!
Jonathan is extremely colorblind, so when his principal gave him Enchroma glasses, he was finally able to see color for the first time and couldn't hold back the tears.
That's awesome. Hey, come here. Come here, dude. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Even though his mother is in a wheelchair, it didn't stop him from surprising her with a dance at his wedding. These kind people spent their day going around the neighborhood and handing out bananas to hungry monkeys. Stray dogs live a tough life, constantly searching for food and water in order to survive for another day. So when these dogs couldn't find water during a drought, these kind people decided to help. When a homeless guy was walking around barefoot on the New York subway, this kind man literally handed him his own shoes off his feet. Kitten was stuck in a tree. At his 60th birthday party, the man is sitting on the couch and watching a video filmed by his best friend Ben, who he hasn't seen for 7 years. Watch how surprised he is to learn that the man embracing him is Ben himself.
Oh crap!
A CEO who has chosen to earn as much as his employees also raised the minimum wage to $70,000 for all of his workers. In turn, they decided to return the favor and put money aside for a year to eventually surprise him with the car of his dreams. These guys working as garbage collectors surprised one of their favorite customers on her 100th birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Make a wish to live to 105.
Here's how Germans react to ambulance sirens, instantly making way for the vehicle. A perfect example of how everyone should react. When an elderly man had tripped on the sidewalk and was laying on the street, instead of just walking by, these people stopped to help him. The kind people even paid for a taxi so that he wouldn't have to walk all the way home. A truly exemplary moment of how we should all treat the elderly people in our society. A CCTV camera captured this heartwarming moment when a police officer in China helped an elderly man cross a busy street by carrying him on his back. A man donates water to a group of police officers as a thank you for their service.
I wasn't yelling at y'all. Don't be looking at me like that. Just trying to spread a message, okay? We came out here peaceful, and this is what I'm trying to show y'all.
Good job, guys.
When a barber was shaving a customer's head who had cancer, he decided to support her by shaving his own head as well. A beautiful act of kindness that'll help her feel like she's not alone in her fight against an evil disease. A moment of respect was caught when this third-place ice skater was mistakenly awarded the gold medal, and she charmingly turned to her opponent and placed it around her neck with grace. Watch as this guy removes chunks of grass and dirt covering a drain on a highway.
Yes. Started circling.
That guy is a hero, Deborah. Look at him.
Bear You're with me here.
And here's the same road only a few minutes later. When a car stalled out in the middle of a flooded street, a kind-hearted truck driver came to the rescue. While this man shaves his wife's head who has cancer, he decides to support her by shaving his own head right after. And through the difficult process, you can see how they're still staying positive, because even though they're going through hard times, they still have each other. This rescue dog was so terrified that she couldn't even eat, but a veterinarian who does not give up easily decided to eat in a cage with her until he'd won her trust. And now she's going to be just fine, all thanks to a patient man with a big heart. Doing your job is important, but it's even more important to be human and help people who need it. Just watch how this fast food worker abandoned his post to help a disabled man eat. A stranger pays for a woman's groceries, and she couldn't help but let her emotions pour out. After a 9-month deployment, this soldier was finally able to hold his newborn son for the very first time. This football fan came up with a unique set of hand gestures so that his deaf and blind friend could enjoy the game too. A career criminal cries in shame when the judge recognizes him from middle school and shares with everyone what a good student he was.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh my goodness.
This is the nicest kid in middle school.
Oh my goodness.
He was the best kid in middle school. I used to play football with him, all the kids, and look what has happened. I'm so sorry to see
Oh
you.
my goodness.
When a desperate elderly woman walked around the neighborhood asking for food, every single person denied her. That was until a young girl eating with her father gives away her meal without hesitation. The kind girl even sits down at the woman's table to keep her company while she eats. An amazing act of sportsmanship was shown when a runner collapsed just before finishing the race, and a fellow runner stopped to carry him across the finish line.
This is what sports should be all about.
The runner gave up a gold medal, but proved he has a heart of gold. When a teacher's favorite shoes got stolen, his students all came together and pooled money to buy him a new pair. Watch as he is moved to tears as he realizes how kind-hearted his students truly are. Our world is unfair, and some are less fortunate than others. Therefore, we all have an obligation to help people who need it, like this man who sets a good example by giving bags of food to homeless people who can sometimes go days without eating. During the holidays, we tend to forget about people who are all by themselves. But this man decided to spend this Christmas differently and went around the neighborhood to hand out gifts to homeless people. Just look at this homeless man's wonderful reaction as he's given a new jacket. A boy buys flowers from an elderly woman, only to gift them right back to her as a kind gesture. This Turkish butcher loves to feed stray animals near his shop with the day's leftovers. Just watch how this dog jumps with excitement. When this girl brought her little shopping cart to the store, a kind man made her day by giving her $1 to spend on her shopping trip.
Shopping too? What are you buying? Yeah, well, wait a minute. I'm gonna help you with your shopping today. Yeah,
Aw, what do you say, Lily?
that goes on whatever you get.
Say thank you.
Yeah, that's the word.
This little boy's thoughtful gesture when he sees his friend falling asleep is heartwarming. Don't you hate it when kids take all the candy on Halloween? Well, these guys did the complete opposite as they put loads of their own candy into a random house's empty bowl. When this truck driver dropped a bunch of food on the road, many people ignored him and just drove past, but there were a lot of kind people who also stopped to help him out. A couple's bike stalled out in the middle of a busy street, and this man could have just driven by like everyone else did, but something made him come back.
क्या हुआ सर? पेट्रोल खत्म?
Just look how he's cleverly pushing them along with his foot all the way back to the repair shop.
हो जाएगा वर्कशॉप है भैया खुला हुआ है.
During a storm, the roads were quickly flooded and a poor dog found itself in the worst possible situation. As the water rises faster and faster, the dog is soon to be swept away. But thankfully, these guys heard the dog desperately calling for help and ran out to save him. After this man's wife passed away, his children went out and adopted a shelter dog to keep him company after her death. The dog was found and rescued on the street where it had no home. But as you can clearly see, his children made a great decision not only for their dad, but also for the dog, who now has a real forever home. On a very rainy day, a kind passenger tosses his umbrella to a traffic control officer to help keep him dry. Figure skaters that won silver and bronze at the World Championships helped the gold medalists get up on the podium. A woman who appeared to be spending her birthday alone in a restaurant was brought to tears when complete strangers joined in to help her celebrate. This old lady gets up early every day to give the school bus a big wave. So, to repay the kindness, the kids and driver decided to greet the kind woman for her birthday, and her reaction was priceless.
again.
A deputy was brought to tears when he received an eye-opening birthday gift from his coworkers. The man has been colorblind since birth and was given corrective glasses that help him see color for the very first time.
What do you see?
A different world. Thank you, everybody.
Watch the beautiful moment when a 1-year-old boy meets a woman with the same limb difference as him for the very first time. The little boy was so excited that he went straight in for a hug.
Oh, you want to come out? Oh, cute. Oh, hi, sweetheart. I'm like, I can't get this way. Can we turn this way and see your arm?
Loud noises can cause many dogs to feel anxious and scared. So instead of lighting off fireworks on the 4th of July, these people spent their evening comforting dogs at a local animal shelter. The kind people were seen playing instruments and even reading books, anything to calm them down from all the noise happening outside. When a kind When a healthy Oklahoma father was suddenly thrust into the fight of his life, hundreds of miles away, one mother's whole world changed forever as her son tragically passed away. But watch as the grieving mother gets to listen to her son's heartbeat inside the father, an organ recipient whom he saved. A Columbus officer reunites with a man he saved from drowning 19 years before.
1997. Oh my god, are you serious? Wow.
Thanks to the heroic actions of this officer long ago, the boy is still alive, who now has become not only a man, but also a loving father.
I'm still here because of you. This 5-year-old little girl right here still is here. You know what? Just doing my job, man. Yeah, awesome.
Bill Connor's daughter, an organ donor, passed away in 2017, and after riding his bike 2,600 miles across the country to honor his daughter and raise awareness about the importance of organ donation, he finally got the chance to meet the man she saved and heard his daughter's heartbeat again, but this time inside the man she saved with her donation.
Well, it's working.
An honest man admitted he was at fault in the car accident and offered to give all of his money to the other driver.
Let me see. This all you got?
But instead of accepting a poor and truthful man's last dollar, he forgave him and let it be.
That's everything?
Yeah. Sorry, my friend.
You know what? Here, take your money. Here, take your money. I don't want your money. I don't want your money, Pop. Don't worry about it. Nah, don't worry about it. I'll fix it myself. Don't worry about it. Just drive safe next time.
This adopted kid grew up without a loving and stable family around him, so when he finally gets to celebrate his birthday for the first time in America with his new family, he is completely overjoyed and cannot hold back the tears. Now he and his brother can finally start their new lives with amazing people by their side. A kind stranger who saw this poor street dog feeding her puppies decided to take just a few minutes out of her day to buy some food for the hungry mother. And gets emotional when her favorite restaurant gives her a birthday shout out.
84th birthday with us! On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
Finch. Connor Flanagan.
These kind workers helped free a terrified fox that had somehow got its tail stuck under a rock. An animal rescue organization helped rescue these big cats from Tiger King Park who failed to provide them with safe conditions. The poor animals often lived in tiny cages, breeding year-round to create more cubs for petting shows. But now, they're finally at a wild animal sanctuary where they're actually cared for. This guy found a poor squirrel fighting to stay above the water in his pool and helped it get out just in time.
Stick. Get on the ground.
The squirrel was so exhausted that it laid there resting for several minutes before returning into the woods.
Do not look okay. Dang, man.
This driver may have destroyed his tires, but it was all worth it to save the day. And watch this extremely close call of a dog being saved by a stranger. Homeless people often find it very difficult to take the first step toward a better life. Therefore, the best thing that can happen is if someone else is willing to help them on their way. Just like this barber, who gave this man an amazing transformation with his first haircut in years. Just take a look at that incredible difference. And these homeless people receive an anonymous gift of food as a man leaves it behind them and walks away. Just watch how this man thanks God because he finally found something to feed his son. A 12-year-old boy was really upset that he couldn't invite friends over for a birthday celebration due to COVID. But just look what the police did when they learned about his situation from the boy's father.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! Thank you guys.
How was that?
A clever boy uses his remote control car to feed all the stray cats in his neighborhood. And this kind man who got out of his car in the middle of the road to close the hood of another person's car for them.
Oh, thank you.
While several cars drove by this poor man trying to push a heavy load on a bridge all by himself, this biker decided to do the right thing and stop to help. When a fan was having a panic attack, this artist stopped the show to make sure he got the help he needed. A Pakistani rescue worker saved the life of a little cat during the recent flooding that has devastated the country. The man is truly a hero who puts himself in danger to save another life. These people rescued a dog that fell into a pit, risking their own lives in the process as flood waters rage on in the surroundings. An incredibly heartwarming moment caught on camera was when this husband treated his woman like a queen. Watch him dig a hole in the sand so that his wife can lay on her stomach. This kid was sad after not seeing any other costumes like his during Halloween. But right before heading home, another legend of a teenager showed up and did what legends do best. Watch this mother's reaction after finding out her son has passed the bar exam. This video shows a very emotional moment when a homeless man celebrates his birthday together with his dogs, and you can see that the man has a very kind heart as he makes sure that the dogs eat before him. When this man fell to the ground, he got instant pain relief from all the dogs. Even after we grow into adults, our dad will always be our hero. When this guy was playing on his banjo, a fox suddenly appeared out of nowhere and sat down to listen to his music. Ian Wright, a professional football player, grew up in a violent home. The only support he had was from his former teacher, who helped give him direction and purpose in life. Ian often described him as the first positive male figure he had in his life. Watch the moment they meet after a very long time.
Hello, Ian. Long time no see.
Mr. Pigden. You're alive.
I'm alive, he says. How are you doing?
I can't believe it. Someone said you was dead.
As you see, I'm very much in, and I'm so glad you've done so well with yourself.
I don't know what to say. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
The teacher, Sidney Pigden, was also a pilot in World War II and even had the honor to fly over Buckingham Palace. Yet he said that wasn't his biggest achievement. He was more proud of Ian Wright becoming a successful football player. This man has some fantastic friends who helped him stand up for his wedding dance. Being a farmer can sometimes be really tough, especially when the farm is affected by drought for a long time. Watch this man joyfully celebrating rainfall for the first time in weeks.
Hey, bring it on! All right! Send it down, away! Yeah! Hey, next it down. Oh yeah! Let's get wet!
A Brazilian tradition says that the first portion of your birthday cake goes to the person you love the most. So when this birthday boy gave it to his brother, he cried with happiness.
Pedaço vai para uma pessoa muito legal, muito querida, que é mamãe. Antônio! Ah! Que foi, amor? Ficou emocionado, filha. Que foi, amor? Ai, ele te ama, amiguito.
This dad's childhood dream of visiting Yellowstone finally came true, and in that moment, he looks like the happiest man in the world. When a son reveals to his mom that he's homosexual, she reacts in the best way possible.
Something about your personality?
I guess so.
What is it? I might know anyway.
Guess.
No, I don't want to guess. I want you to tell me. That boys or girls? You gay? It's okay, hon. I knew you were. I knew you were, hon. Shh, shush. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry, silly. I'm sorry. I love you no matter what in the world. Don't you know that? I just want you to be happy. I say let Matthew grow up someday and have his own wife and children someday, or whatever kind of family he wants to have. I've known it for a while. I just figured. Okay?
Yeah.
Watch this father witness his 11-month-old baby take his very first steps. Everyday heroes who work hard to help other people are often not appreciated enough in today's society. But to show respect for this paramedic, her neighbors gathered around and gave her a round of applause as she headed off for another night shift.
Oh, look. Oh, Taylor, look, right here. You gotta go around. Oh, Taylor, you gotta go all the way around. You gotta go all the way around and then off to work. Thank you.
Watch the reunion of a father and son after the father spent years away in prison.
What's up, boy? What's up, man? What's up?
Oh, he cried.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Make
What's
him
up? What's up, man? How you doing, man?
They both crying.
This homeowner is fighting leukemia and struggles with everyday chores. So this kind-hearted elderly neighbor called Bill does this for her every Monday. In the 2016 Olympics, Flavia Oliveira ended the cycling race in 7th place. Even though that's the best placing that Brazil has ever got, almost no one, not even the Brazilian Cycling Confederation, appeared to celebrate the result with her. But then her cousin showed up. Watch this grandfather's reaction when he discovers that the baby is named after him.
He's got a name.
What's in it?
Why is Mommy crying?
What's the baby's name, Lou?
Why is everybody crying?
A Belgian marathoner could not believe she reached 28th place at the Olympics and burst out in tears.
Je bent 28ste.
Wat?
28ste.
Dat kan niet.
Jawel.
28ste.
28ste. Proficiat.
Dank je. Dat kan niet.
In this video, a boy does a small act of kindness and gets a gift in return. But the acts of kindness don't stop there. These women had just started their first business and opened up a store. Just watch their reaction as they get their very first sale. Now this is what a real bromance looks like. After years of trying, this woman finally lands her first kickflip. This dog gets up every night to crawl up with his owner. This family surprised their grandma on her 70th birthday at Disneyland.
Kids, everybody get in there.
Baby.
Everybody get in there. We got it.
Say happy birthday!
All right, people are trying to get pictures.
This guy must be in heaven. An old lady celebrated her birthday in a restaurant all by herself. But then, the best of human behavior was shown as the staff and all the other customers started celebrating with her, because no one should be alone on their birthday. When this man spotted a baby goat in the forest, he decided to call it over for some tasty snacks. But what he didn't know was that the goat also had a tiny friend as company. While everyone else was quick to escape their homes when a massive flood hit their village, these kind people were not going to forget about all the stray animals in the area. They quickly brought some food and got on a boat to rescue the poor creatures stranded on rooftops. When this man fell asleep on the subway and kept hitting his head on the chair, the man sitting behind him showed amazing kindness by placing his hand on the railing so he wouldn't get hurt. The kind man held his hand there for over 10 minutes to support his head, a true random act of kindness that shows there are still good people left in this world. When a tortoise found itself in the middle of a busy intersection, everyone ignored it and drove past. But then, this kind-hearted man decided to run out of his car and save the poor animal by carrying it back to his vehicle and driving it to a safer location nearby. During a massive flood in the Philippines, over 40 villagers came together to move their neighbor's entire stilted house to avoid destruction. This just shows the incredible things we as humans can accomplish when we work together to do something kind for those in need. This mother's son tragically died in a car accident. She decided to donate his heart and save a stranger's life. Now, after 3 years, she finally meets the man her son saved and hears her son's heartbeat for the first time, keeping this man alive.
It definitely sounds like it belongs there.
As a thank you, the transplant recipient gave the mother a teddy bear, which plays the son's heartbeat when pressed. Now she will always have her son's beautiful heart by her side.
That's awesome.
You're gonna listen to his heart all the time.
Yep, every night.
This baby elephant was stuck in roadside mud and had probably been there for several hours, unable to get itself free on its own. But luckily, the elephant met the right people who chose to stop and help free the poor animal.
Oh, din đụt. Oh.
Watch how the baby elephant says thank you to the woman in his own way before moving on to be reunited with its family. When a girl tried to land a bottle flip during halftime, the crowd decided to heaven. In many parts of the world, people give up on dogs that become disabled, but thanks to this animal shelter in Thailand, they get a second chance at life where they can run around and play just like they were meant to. Most of these stray dogs were crippled from traffic accidents, but they can now run freely again thanks to these wonderful people who spend their days making their lives as happy as possible. Not all heroes wear capes. Well, some wear their capes in the front to catch poor cats stuck in trees. Take a look at how an honorable stranger saves a blind man from walking straight into an oncoming train. While most of us spend our free time laying on the couch, this man spends it making the world a better place by planting trees. His name is Antoine Moses, and he holds the world record for planting the most trees in a day. A dog is not considered just a pet. Sometimes they're also a part of our family. So when this woman was crying to herself, her dog came forward and comforted her as a family member should. This Lamborghini owner saw a car enthusiast boy trying to look inside of his car, but instead of getting mad at him, he was kind enough to open the car door for him and let him look inside.
Thank you. Grazie.
This Uber driver pulled over to save 3 ducklings from crossing the road and reunited them with their mother. Now this is truly 5-star service. During a random downpour, this driver captured a beautiful random act of kindness on his dash cam as another driver in front of him jumped out of his car to share an umbrella with a couple and a woman in a wheelchair. together in Kuwait, this stray cat was desperately trying to escape it, and was very lucky to find this kind-hearted man who let the cat inside his store to cool down. When it comes to children, even intimidating-looking soldiers can be gentle and kind. These medical staff stopped what they were doing to line the walls of a hospital in Idaho, joining the family and friends in a powerful show of respect for an organ donor. The stereotype of cats being evil, mean, and independent are over-exaggerated. Even if it may be more difficult to bond with cats than dogs, they can still be very affectionate, just like this cat comforting a sad girl. Have you ever done or received an act of kindness? Let us know all about it in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.